Today is the start of my journey into resin printing. Welcome to this unboxing video of the Elegoo Mars Pro. I have decided to take the advantage of the Black Friday to get into resin printing, as you can see. And of course, I'm shooting this footage while I've already done the unboxing, as you might guess, and it's going to follow right after this short introduction. So I got this from Amazon. You can find links in the description below. Make sure you check them out because you can have offers every now and then. So there's usually discounts on the Amazon website, even if you're not using the Black Friday as I did. I want to talk to you shortly about the specifications of this machine. It's a pretty standard machine in the market. There's 2 or 3 manufacturers that make this kind of machines, and they're pretty much all the same. The build print size is 115 times 65 times 150, or 4.5 inches times 2.5 inches times 6 inches. So it's pretty much the size of the screen of a regular phone. What is the big advantage of resin printers towards more traditional FDM printers is the accuracy or the beauty of the model as it comes out. Because you might see this on these models I have here in front of me, that basically you don't see any layer lines or very, very thin layer lines if you look closely. The resolution of the display is 50 microns and the resolution of the screw is ridiculously small. But yeah, 50 microns is what most cases people are using. I saw also 2.5 microns. So we're talking about microns, not tenths of millimeters. So you can understand that it is significantly different in terms of the accuracy of the machine, and you can see it from the prints that I'm showcasing here in front of me. I have to say I'm a newbie in this one. This is my first printer, so I will going to be posting more videos of my experience going forward. What else to say about resin printers? There is one fundamental thing that you should know, that is how this machine works. It works by projecting a beam of UV light, is 405 nanometers of wavelength. And this UV light is triggering a reaction in the liquid resin that sits in this container here. And it triggers a reaction that makes it to solidify. So this is basically, you have to expose a layer of the print, layer after layer. So the machine just moves the build plate upwards. And you expose with the UV light layers by layers of the print. So this is pretty much all you have to know. So the build plate lifts, you have the screen that is screening the light where it doesn't have to shine, and then you have the light source powering up, and then layer after layer build up your print. So you might imagine that with this printer, the technology lies not really in the printer itself, but much more on the resin. So this is where all the magic happens. The machine itself is pretty basic and it's just a one axis moving up and down, a screen and a light source. So let's go to unboxing part, and then we will discuss about conclusions later on. This is an Elegoo Mars Pro, and this is a curing station. I didn't go for the wash and cure, but I just got to the curing station because I'm going to use water-based resins. And there's 2 reasons for that. The first reason is I have enough of chemicals with resin. I didn't want to go with isopropyl alcohol as well. And the second reason is that here in Italy, isopropyl alcohol is not so available. We use ethanol a lot. It can be used for house cleaning and stuff like that. But isopropyl alcohol is not something you can buy very easily. So I said, let's combine these 2 things and we go for water-based resins. And now we go for the unboxing. So I'm going to leave this aside for a second and I'm going for the printer first. So here we go. We have a nice instruction booklet for later. And then it is all neatly packaged in foam. I'm going to save this foam for my printers. And there's the first box here marked toolkit, and it's EU. Got this from Austria, so That's the European version. And there is basically no need to assemble anything on this printer. And under the hood, we've got this more foam. More foam. This is actually a shaped box of foam. And this is the print surface. And this is the vat. It is pre-assembled. It looks like there is some protective cover. Yeah, it says peel off before printing, so there is definitely a protective layer here. So the vat is aluminum. Actually, everything is made of aluminum. Also the casing here, there's no plastic. It is all aluminum, and there's a linear rail here, so it looks pretty well built. There is no sealing, no seal here in the cover. Let's open the toolkit as well. Some wrenches. One more of these useless things. One more shear, I have a collection of these. Plug. Power supply. Unnamed brand power supply. The power supply here is rated for 72 watts, so power consumption is pretty small. These are filters to recover empty. This one I have no clue what it is. Some face masks, they also come in handy in this period of time. Ooh, and I was wrong, there is some gasket here. Yes, it looks like it's actually a gasket. Elegoo, you're spoiling me the fun of doing upgrades. Yeah, this is a pretty nice fit. One more scraper. Oh, what's this? Elegoo My Mini Factory. So it's a discount code. It is lasting until the 30th of June next year. And it's discount code for the 10% off from My Mini Factory purchases, I guess. And then we have some gloves and an unnamed USB, no capacity stated. Some gloves and one cup. And now we go for the second one. Let's see if it's as neatly packaged as the first one. So this is the curing station. It's called Elegoo Mercury. One more piece of paper that I'm probably never going to read. More foam. Okay, this is just the base, so the base is just plastic. There's actually something in here. Guess it might be the power supply. So the inside of this is reflective, so it's covered with some kind of reflecting sticker. And there's two lines of LEDs and a window on the front and some controls on the side. And there is this power plug here. power supply. And this looks like it's a turntable. I wonder how you power this up. Haha! This is a clever move from Elegoo. It is actually solar powered, so I guess it's going to be powered up by lighting there. I understand you like plastic, dear Elegoo friends. There you go. There is a very basic panel on, off, and time. So I'll figure out how this works. And this is it for the unboxing part. Now let's put this machine into operations. So this is what you need to do to remove a print from the Elegoo Mars, or actually any resin printer for that matters. So let's take the top out. So I have left this to drip for quite a while. So, and that's what you use this one for. So this extra bit of plastic. And this is the print that's been dripping for quite some time. So let me try to take this off the bed. There it goes. So here we have wriggled our print free from the bed and probably damaged a bit the base in the process. One, and I have this ethanol that I have around, and I will just use it for the final rinse, because you want to make sure that when you rinse your plate it's nice and clean from the previous print. So I'm going to just rub it with some paper. So my conclusions on this printing technology is that it's really interesting. The beauty of the print is visible, so it's really nice to see stuff coming out exactly as you designed it, with very few artifacts. So that is a major, I would say, huge plus for these machines. The downside of this, that it's the post-processing operations is pretty complicated and it's pretty messy. I'm sure you get the hang of it going forward, but that's not, let's say, you have to be very organized. That's what I learned along the way. So you have to have all your equipment ready. You have to have a lot of paper towels. You have to have all your setup neat and clean. And that is what you have to be very careful about. And you have to be aware before buying this kind of printer that you're going to be facing chemicals. So you're going to be facing chemical hazards, and you're going to be having to be prepared with handling this type of things. The biggest, I would say, nuisance of this machine, from what I'm concerned, is the smell. I'm using water-based resin, which according to some should be less smelly than the non-water-based ones. But I'm not exactly sure. So there's mixed reviews. Smell is very personal. So for me, it's quite strong. And being winter now in Italy, having to work with closed windows, because also the resin is sensitive to cold, it's been a bit messy. So I have a room that is basically dedicated to this, and I'm keeping the door shut at all times, and I'm keeping it ventilated as much as I can. This machine is advertised as having a carbon filter. I am not sure that the machine is properly sealed off so that the smell doesn't come out. For sure, when the top box is in place, it is less smelly, but still it's significant, and I could not live or be around to the machine when it's operating, or even when it's standing still, to be honest. So smell, big thing to consider if you think you're going to use this machine in a living space. I would first try to see if you can get a hold of a bottle of resin and smell it before you go for the purchase, because that might be a big deal breaker. And that's it for today. So I'm starting this journey, and I'm sure I'm going to keep you posted about this. So if you like what you see, please subscribe. That will mean a lot to me. And apart from this, until next time.